Welcome back to 80scomics.com for the review of Transformers issue number 5. The Transformers are all dead. This is my favorite cover from the entire series. More than meets the eye, but less than meets the ear. Shockwave is one of my favorite Transformers. I've told this story before, but back in the day, like 1985, 1986, I had this chance to get one of the bigger Transformers, like Optimus Prime, and I chose Shockwave because he transforms into a space gun. Also, he's Shockwave. And he's basically the star of this issue, which is why it's good. Because Shockwave's an asshole. And it's a good issue, too. So he starts off watching TV, but why is he not watching Magnum P.I. or The Love Boat? This is from 1985. You have so many better options. But he's watching this garbage, sitting in a throne. This is the first Transformers that takes place after the original 4-part limited series run. And they must have sold so well that Marvel and Hasbro were like, yes, let's make more of these things. And I welcome that move because they're great. The first 20, 30 issues of the Transformers are really good. They get a little wacky after that, but there's still some choice moments. And a lot of great one-liners. And this one, I just love Shockwave. His whole attitude is just terrific. Because he thinks he's superior to all of the other Transformers, and for the most part, he is, because the other Transformers are idiots. Without giving away specifically what happens after the first 4 issues, we do find that Megatron is in a bit of trouble, and here's the creative team. Pencils this time by Alan Kupperberg. Pencils and ink, he did the art. I hate that bonkers ad. That ad sucks. It's almost as bad as Sea Monkeys, but not quite. We get a recap of the original Transformers story. For those of you just joining, the Transformers adventure. That's what Shockwave transforms into. This little thing was like plastic. You could flip it up and it made like blinky, it blinked purple and made laser sounds. I have no idea where that went, but I probably blew it up when they were fighting G.I. Joe in my basement at one point back in the day. You know, like last week. I forgot to show you my favorite line of dialogue in this one. The conquest of this planet and enslavement of its people shall be a simple task. Shockwave, we need you now more than ever. So I put out on the 80s Comics Twitter account a poll. Transformers versus Punisher versus Conan versus G.I. Joe. And Transformers won. So here you go. Issue 5. Once again, we see Buster. He's talking to Ratchet. His dad's in the hospital. Blah, blah, blah. Plot. And more importantly, the Autobots are being dragged to their death to be used as spare parts. And that's good because the Autobots suck. Shockwave has taken over command of the Decepticons, and I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time that we learn about the creation matrix, which is inside Optimus Prime. So there's a bit of information in here which is relevant. Even now in the future, it is said that once every 10 millennia, a new Autobot leader is chosen and encoded with the Matrix. I calculate that's Optimus Prime, and if he has the program, Shockwave means to get it, and do what with it? The present 11 Decepticons are not sufficient to fulfill my plans or stock Toys R Us. I will use the creation matrix to build more Decepticons, many more, to sell to you, and to make movies and cartoons for like the next 30 years. 40, I have no idea. 1985 was so long ago. And then we shall conquer this planet because Shockwave is awesome. But somehow he still manages to screw it up. And I like how he just flies off in gun form. If my memory serves correct, you could just fly Shockwave around like a gun. I mean, really, there was nothing stopping you. And he could fight the G.I. Joe jets and win because he's a giant laser gun. Good writing, good dialogue in this one. The art's not my favorite, but I do like this particular shot. It's great seeing all the Autobots hanging upside down dead. I just wish Bumblebee was liquefied. In case you didn't know, I hate Bumblebee. Optimus Prime's head! No! You know what else is a lot of fun? Reading the letters after the first run of the Transformers. When Transformers were brand new. Yes, there was a time when Transformers were brand new. Dear sirs, I think the Transformers are neat. That's swell, Scott. Dear Decepticons, your penciler Frank Springer is fantastic. That is true. Frank Springer is great. Dear Marvel, I love the idea of the Transformers. I like the idea of the Transformers too. It's a great issue. Issue 5, best cover in the entire run. Doesn't get any better than that, except, well, it could if he was stepping on Bumblebee's remains. Otherwise, it's a nice cover. Thanks to those of you who voted in the 80s Comics Twitter poll. And I'll see you soon as we celebrate the 80s and ignore the 20s here on 80scomics.com. The Transformers are all dead until the next issue. I suspect they're not really dead. They have backups on floppy disks.